Hello! This is a video that I've been wanting to do for quite some time and be able to share to everyone my houseplant collection. So I wanted to film this video and kind of share my collection and share the ways that I kind of take care of my houseplants. So if you want to see my collection of houseplants, then keep on watching. The first houseplant that I am going to share with you all is my peace lily right here. She actually sits on my nightstand on my side of the bed. I love this plant, but I will say that this is a very high maintenance plant. As you can see, her flowers are drooping a little bit. She will definitely let you know when she needs water. She's a very forgiving plant, which is why I love this plant. This plant, I was told, purifies the air. It's one of the best plants to keep in your bedroom. I pretty much water about every other day to every 2 or 3 days, depending on how droopy she's looking. I love this one so much. So the next houseplant that I have to share is quite a big one, if you can see it. This is my ponytail palm tree. Well, it's not really a tree, but this is the ponytail palm. Very wild. It kind of reminds me of a really wild bonsai tree. Funny enough, my boyfriend actually picked this out and he really likes this plant. So this one lives on his side of the bed. This one really loves bright indirect light. So I just make sure that the window that this is next to, the blinds are open, facing downwards so that the diffused light can get to this plant. This is fairly new. We got this one last week, or just a couple days ago. So we'll see how it does, but I like it. It brings a little bit of attitude to our space. The next plant I have to share is a very cool looking plant. There's two names for it. It's either an African mask plant or it's an elephant ear plant. I'm not quite sure. I don't know what's going on with the leaves. If any of you all know, definitely leave me a comment. I don't know what's going on with it. Can you guys see that? I don't know if it's getting too much sun. I have sprayed a little bit of fertilizer in it a couple times since I've got this a few weeks ago. So I don't know if it's just being overfed and then it's just now showing into the leaves. I don't know what's going on. I do know that this is very prone to spider mites, but I do make sure that I clean the leaves every few days or so. So I haven't seen any spider mites on this thing, so I'm hoping that's not the problem. I love how huge the leaves are. I have little baby ones growing underneath it. Hopefully it lasts for a very long time because I love how it looks. So the next plant I have to share with you all is this little guy right here. He's like a miniature tree. I just love it. I believe this one is called the Song of Jamaica. It is a Dracaena. He sits right on my desk in the office. He's not temperamental. He's been pretty easy to take care of. I know that this one loves bright light, so I just make sure that I keep it by the window, blinds facing downwards so that it can receive really bright light during the day. So the next two plants that I have to show you are probably one of the easiest houseplants to take care of. I highly suggest these plants to any house gardener beginner just because they're so forgiving. If they don't require much attention, really, just make sure you water it probably once a week or so. And the plant that I'm talking about is the rubber tree or the rubber plant. I love this plant. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the dark leaves and how shiny the leaves are. See how shiny they are? And I just love how fast this grows. So I don't know if you can tell, but this is a new leaf. This bright green leaf is new. It's probably going to be turning pretty dark in a few weeks or so. And I see one coming in right here, but they put out really thin little spikes which then open up into leaves. So this has grown a lot. I got this 2 or 3 weeks ago and it's already put out 3 new leaves, and you can't see them, but there's 2 more coming in. So this one's really great. I love the dark green. And the other rubber tree variety I have is a variegated rubber tree. It was a little bit beat up at the store. I'm still working on saving it. I just love it because, can you guys see that? Like, the leaves look like they're watercolored. And this one too actually put out maybe 2 leaves since I got it a couple weeks ago. And this is what I'm talking about. See this spike right here? This is a leaf. This leaf is coming in. So I have 1 spike, 2, 3 more coming in. So I think this one is doing pretty good so far, I must say. We'll see how big this one gets. So this next plant I have to share with you all is my Baby's Tears plant. Look at it. It's so pretty. I just couldn't help but fall in love with this. And it's so wild, and it can grow. It can grow pretty long, and I know it's not done growing. This actually sits on a shelf that we have mounted on the wall. So I really wanted a hanging kind of plant to drape over the shelf. I saw it at the store and I just fell in love with it. I had to have it. I couldn't leave the store without it. This one, I will say, loves humidity. Every single day I miss this with a spray bottle, and this one really likes to have its soil very moist. So I make sure I check the soil every other day or every 2 days, and if it's feeling even just a little bit dry, then I make sure to moisten it. I don't drench it. For all my houseplant experts out there, you all know that the biggest death to houseplants is overwatering them. So when I do water this, I just make sure that the soil is moist and not super drenched. So the next one I have to share is my bird's nest fern. I once had a maidenhair fern, and I did not have the best luck with it at all. It totally dried up on me. That plant and myself just couldn't get along, so I was very hesitant to get this. This one's cool because you can kind of see the new growth coming in the middle. So the way the leaves grow is that they start out really curly on the inside, and then they grow out to these kind of curly leaves. I've been told that this thing can grow pretty fast and pretty large, so we shall see. I make sure that the humidity level is pretty high, so again, I spray this one with the spray bottle every day. I just make sure I spray all of my plants. I walk around the house with the spray bottle and just give them a mist. I feel like even if they don't need it, I feel like they enjoy it. And if this one dries out, then it's just not gonna survive. Next, I have my polka dot plant. I couldn't help but get it. I've been on the lookout for a polka dot plant. I know they come in white, but I just really love the pink on it. I make sure that the soil is moist pretty much at all times. Okay, are you guys ready for this next plant? Dun, 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 dun. It's my pineapple plant. Who knew you can grow a pineapple indoors? I found this gem at Home Depot, of all places. I did my research, and yes, you can grow this indoors. I just make sure the soil is pretty moist. I figured, you know, a pineapple grows in tropical areas. I miss this. I don't put any fertilizer in this because, you know, what if I want to eat this one day? Then I don't want to be eating fertilizer. So I don't fertilize this one. It's been in the same spot for quite some time. It's right in front of a window, diffuse light during the day, and it's been doing pretty good. The leaves at the bottom have dried out. That's just natural for the bottom leaves to fall out first and dry up, but this one's pretty good. I'm just gonna keep on growing this until it doesn't grow anymore, but I hope that the pineapple just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, so hopefully one day I can eat it and harvest it. This one here is my prayer plant, Calathea. I saw this and I was debating because I didn't need any more houseplants, but I had to get it. Look at the pattern on these leaves, and then can you guys see? The underside is purple. It's awesome. In the evening hours, the leaves stick up straight. You might be able to see some leaves standing up straight, but this plant pretty much stands up straight. The leaves close up pretty much. You can see they're kind of open and spread out. I found out that the leaves close up in the evening time to pretty much hold the moisture in. And then it's crazy because when I first noticed it, I thought, oh my god, I just got this plant and I already Killed it. In the morning it's spread out like this, and then in the evening it closes up. So it's kind of cool. I really got this because of the pattern. Like, I just look at it. This one loves humidity. So again, this one I spray with a spray bottle every day, and I make sure that the soil is moist at all times. So when I first started my houseplant journey, everyone talked about the pothos plant because it's quite an easy plant to take care of. It's very low maintenance, doesn't require a lot of light, but it just wasn't the first houseplant that I wanted to purchase for myself. I don't know why, but I finally caved in and I bought two a couple days ago. Here is the first one. Believe it or not, I actually got this one from Walmart. This one isn't in the best shape because it does have a few dried leaves. Nevertheless, it's gorgeous. I was looking for a pothos plant in this variety. I'm not quite sure yet where I'm gonna put it in my house. If you all don't know, the pothos plant is a hanging plant, so this thing is gonna grow. So this is exciting. I can't wait for it to get bigger. Based on a lot of Facebook groups that I follow and a lot of videos that I've watched on YouTube, this is a very difficult pothos plant to come by. And this is a neon pothos. I saw this at a local garden center and I just had to pick it up just because I knew that, you know, if you come across this variety of pothos, get it, because they're very, very hard to come by. This one's a baby one, so it's gonna grow and hang and be all pretty, and I can probably hang it on a shelf once that happens, but this is beautiful. I love the bright coloring on it. It's just a beautiful pop of color. Hardly any light required. I can technically keep this in my bathroom. I don't have any lights in my bathroom, and this is a good one that a lot of people say, you know, you can keep literally anywhere. This plant is my ZZ plant, another very easy one to take care of. I actually got this from IKEA of all places. If you have not checked out IKEA and you have an IKEA near you, go get a plant from IKEA. They actually have a really good selection of houseplants and they have really, really good prices too. A very easy one to take care of. I love the pot that I put him in. This one's just not picky about water. It's not picky about light. So this is a really great beginner plant to have. Okay, are you guys ready for my favorite houseplant of all time? Are you guys ready? It is my snake plant. This is massive. This one has grown so much. I actually received this as a housewarming gift back in November. I wish I took a photo of him when I got it because this thing, I swear, was not this big. It was so short. I actually just repotted it in a bigger pot. It was definitely outgrowing the pot that it was in. This is such an easy plant to take care of, you guys, because when I first got it, I did not know a thing about houseplants. And I was just so proud that I have been keeping this guy alive. It's just so gorgeous. Let me show you how much I love snake plants. I have two baby ones. So this one is actually a small version of the plant that I just showed you. I've been looking for miniature versions of Sansevierias for a very long time, and I finally got my hands on some. This is the exact same variety as the one that I just showed you, but this one is so pretty. I think the variety of it is called the Moonshine. I just love the pale green color that it has. And the best thing about these plants, guys, is, again, this is a very easy plant. Not picky about light, not picky about water. You can probably neglect this and it'll still be perfectly fine, to be honest. I don't have any light in my guest bathroom and I keep the miniature ones in the bathroom and they do perfectly fine. I just love this plant. It's just so beautiful. I can't wait until the baby ones just grow super tall, just like the one that I've had since November. Alright guys, so that's it. Those are all of my houseplants. I'm so glad that that I was finally able to share them with you. And if you guys take care of any of these plants a different way, definitely let me know, because I'm in a routine. I have a routine to water and feed my houseplant. If there are other ways that you kind of maintain the growth of any of these plants, definitely let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys. I'm so new to this houseplant thing. Definitely feel free to share any tips and tricks that you have. Let me know what houseplants I should pick up next. And until my next video, I will see you guys later. Bye!